back for a Christmas special.
We're back.
Yeah, this isn't season 2. This is a special episode. Because we're both on break.
The Campfire Christmas special.
Yeah.
Got the hats on.
Honestly, it should be the U-Log special. It's probably not coming. This is not coming out on Christmas, by the way. It's probably coming out.
It's like 2 days after Christmas, but let's.
Happy New Year! Oh, Kwanzaa too, and Hanukkah.
Holiday special.
About to say. So, or if you don't celebrate either.
Happy winter.
Happy life.
Hey, it's winter now. Hey.
I'm about to say, good New Year's. Going into 2022. 2021 has been quick.
It's been interesting.
Definitely been interesting. But yeah, so I'm excited to be back in the Christmas spirit, obviously. Got Cheetah Santa over there. Or Pimp Santa, as I like to call him.
Pimp. Okay.
College has changed this man. He used to be loyal.
Stop.
And now... Anyway, speaking of college, so the first little segment, instead of Would You Rather or Do All Think Blank Things Same, we're going to actually give you advice based off our first semester of college. And then we're probably not going to give advice ever again until we're done.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. So, this is the 10. So, it's just a 10-piece quick advice. I have my list of 10. He has his. How you want to do this? You want to...
We'll just go back and forth. So you give your number. We'll go from bottom to top.
Yeah. So number 1, being like our biggest advice, not necessarily most important, just the one that we want to emphasize the most, and then 10 that way. So we just go back and forth. All right. So my number 10, as I have here, is that relationships are cool, but try to be patient. All right. So what I mean by that is like either you are in a relationship in high school or you want to get into a relationship in college, take your time, because you meet way too many people in college. Even if you go to a small one, you go meet a lot of new people. You don't know who you're gonna vibe with. You don't know who's gonna be your friend, who's gonna be more than a friend. And if you focus too much on like getting in a relationship, because that's what I see a lot of people do for some reason so quickly, is either like quickly go into one or think about their relationship in high school and like do it based off of that. And that's just, it's a lot. You an adult now, you got a lot more things to manage than trying to be in a relationship, because especially if your significant other is still in high school, you're not going to have the same time that you did before. You're going to either have more, but in a different way. But we'll get to that later. Yeah.
My turn? Okay.
Yeah.
My number 10 is the same thing. I put like have fun with relationships and dating, but be careful, healthy, and good. Be careful in terms of like what he said. You're gonna meet a lot of people, so like you might vibe with one person, but you might vibe with someone else too. Like it's kind of a period of exploration of just like meeting people. So like in terms of that, be careful like who you meet and associate with, and like be together with. Some people are ready for relationships, some people aren't. You could be. I don't know about myself, but
yeah.
Yeah. So don't be like hard on yourself if you feel that you're not ready for a relationship, but everyone else is. Like we're all like from like 18 to 22, something that age, and that's still pretty young. So you should have like a lot to learn about yourself and how you want to be in a relationship. So in terms of that, just have fun, but like safely, especially safely. Don't want to catch no STDs or
children.
Yeah, no children. You're 18 or 19, 20, 21, 22. So be careful.
Facts.
But have fun.
Number 9. I think we both have the same thing. Yeah. Be healthy. Try your best to be healthy. And when I say that, I don't, because everyone talks about, freshman 15, gaining weight. No. Eat. I lost weight because I didn't eat. So.
Oh my God. You go.
But when I did eat, I ate unhealthy. As in, I ate like candy and Chick-fil-A every day. Or like the fried food at Urban or something every day. And it's bad. I ain't really have fruit. No, I'm lying. I did have fruit. I didn't really have vegetables until I came home. So, yeah, and work out. Even if you don't like to, stretch, do some yoga, run. I always advise
literally
running.
anything's better than nothing.
Yeah, dance even. Skate, roller skating. That's in now.
Actually, walking is the one thing that I think college is perfect for.
Facts.
I walked so far. Like I probably clocked in like 100 miles like every day. I walked so much.
Honestly, and I'm in the city, so I even walk to like outside of my campus to go places. Yeah, even walking. Yeah, so, but be healthy, eat good food, but don't eat bad food. And if you do decide to drink a lot, be smart. Be smart about it.
Just know your limits.
Yeah.
I mean, you could like drink and smoke and everything. It's all about like how much you do it and how it makes you feel. If you're doing it a lot and it's making you like question life and making you depressed, you might want to stop. But if you do it like every once in a while, like with friends and it's fun, but you don't really do it that much like on your own, that's fine.
And if you are a freshman, don't listen to the advice. Don't drink at all. You are under the age of 21. So you can drink at your house with your parents if they allow you to. But yeah, I just want to preface that. Because, you know, we're not trying to get anybody caught up here.
Yeah, just be careful.
Yeah. I
know for me, there was like a good 3 weeks where I just didn't eat dinner. Like,
yeah, honestly.
My everything schedule, my sleep schedule, my eating schedule was like all the way
off.
Yeah,
get some, when we say healthy, get some sleep.
Sleep is so important.
There was a good month where I got like a good 3 hours of sleep and did not eat breakfast.
There was a day where I just didn't sleep. I just did work. Never do that. Don't do all-nighters. Do anything you can do.
Yeah.
Don't do any all-nighters.
You got too much time to do all, like, to not do all-nighters. Yeah. Go to sleep.
Just go to sleep.
Go to sleep.
It's not worth it.
Yeah. And if you, I don't know if you could do this. If you could pick your classes, don't do night classes. I know everyone talks about don't do morning classes. Nah. Don't do night classes. Because that's when, for some reason, everybody wants to be active and hang out, and you're going to miss on all of that, on all the social life and everything, if you got classes at night. So I would recommend sort of like midday to like 4, maybe 6 o'clock, but nothing later.
For me, I think the best time for classes is like mid-morning to like mid-afternoon, from like 10 to like 3. That's like a good time for classes. I had an 8 a.m. class this semester, which was fine for me because I used to wake up early. But after a while, it's kind of different from high school because...
another big thing. They did not lie online. Like, an 8 o'clock in high school is a very different 8 o'clock in college.
Yeah. I can't really explain why. It just feels different.
Right, yeah.
Sadly, I do have night class next semester, but it's not...
I don't. All my classes start at 9:30.
Yeah, aim for like 9:30 to like mid-afternoon. Those are perfect times.
Yeah.
And just sleep. Sleep is very important.
Sleep, eat good, be healthy, work out, walk. And yeah, mental health too. Mental health is important too.
Oh my God.
Talk to your counselors or therapists or mentors or teachers, friends. Talk to people, because it does get stressful, especially with the responsibility of everything else on top of school. So you want to make sure your mental health is there too.
Yeah, because college takes a toll on you.
It do. Next one, number 8 for mine. It's like don't
the same like 8, 9, and 10.
Oh yeah, we do. Basically, don't compare yourself to others.
Don't compare yourself.
You like this is either, if high school wasn't your time to figure out who you are, now is a perfect time, because you have so much more time to do so and to have fun and do whatever you want to try and experiment, because you're young and you're technically an adult, so you're responsible for your actions. So then you sort of have the time to figure out like who you are, who you want to become, who you want to be, who you want, like what you want to do and everything. And I know people, like, it seems like people would have it figured out by now, like you, especially with like major decisions or career decisions. It seems like everyone already knows what they're doing, but if you don't, that's completely fine. Like,
not everything that everyone else does is what you're gonna like. Like, in terms of having fun, if you don't like the party culture at college, you don't have to like go into any parties. Honestly. Like, you have to define your own experience in your own life. Like, this is like the time where you're kind of given all this freedom, even though most of the freedom is also like bogged down with like a bunch of responsibility and like other things you have to do. but for the most part, you're pretty much on your own. You could like if you're given an assignment, you technically don't have to do that assignment. Like where you like college is not a requirement, so everything you do in college is kind of at your own expense. So like you're doing because you want to do it, I hope. But I know a lot of people that but just have fun. Have fun the way you want to have fun, and then try to figure out like other things that make you have fun too.
Exactly. And like just to hop off of that, be you. Don't try and fit in, because 9 times out of 10 people don't care. Like that's one thing I've also realized, because in high school you're in such a small setting that it tends to seem like everybody's either looking at you or knowing what you're doing. In college, there's too many people to even know what they don't know what's going on in your life.
And most people are doing the exact same thing you're doing.
Exactly.
Like they're looking at everyone else to see if they're looking at them, and everyone else is doing the same thing. So just vibe, just be
vibe.
you.
And honestly, if you go to a big school, a small school, it don't matter. Like, do you, because at the end of the day, you now responsible for the rest of your life.
Yeah, it's really hard, but the way you perceive your life is how it's gonna be. So just make your life as good as you can it to be.
Exactly. And like I said, especially with like majors, because that's the thing I don't know for you, but like a lot of people stress about not knowing like a career they want to do or a specific major they want to be in. That. You can change it
so easily.
So easy. I know 9 times out of 10, most people change their majors. I know it don't seem like it, but
most people change their whole careers.
Yeah.
Like, you can just leave college and be like, hey.
Legit, the first semester, they take one class and that class don't work out.
Yeah.
They can switch if they want to.
You can be like, hey, I do want to do this, but I actually want to branch out to this too, and that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
And then some people later, even like their 4th year, take one class and discover like, oh, I might want to do this, and then go down that path. So it's okay if you have no idea like what you want to do or what area. It's okay. Now is the right time, especially if you go to like a liberal arts school, like a community college or things like that. Now is the right time to figure it out. So
yeah, for all the art people, just don't compare yourself.
Yeah,
it's like, I mean, you could be like, hey, I actually like how he did this and his artwork, and like you can be like, oh yeah, how you do that, and then they show you how to do that, and then you added like something to your repertoire. But in terms of like, oh yeah, this person is so good, I can never get to that level. Just stop. Stop.
Don't do that, because you also have your own style, your own personality, your own artwork, and I know how like some art class will be like, oh, how do they grade artwork? Like if it's subjective, it's not objective, and most art classes are subjective, as in they don't grade it on how well you can draw. It's more of applying the principles and how
that's a good way to say it.
And how you make it work for yourself. So then don't compare yourself to others, because at the same time their mind works different than yours. Even if you're both creative people, it just works different and view things different. So try your best not to like compare your own work to others.
You have so much potential that like don't even like consider like trying to be someone else when you're just not. That's not. I'm not saying
even
like,
if you do think your skills aren't like good enough, you will realize how quickly in a good 3 to 4 months of drawing for maybe an hour for 2 times a week, how quickly that improves your artistic ability like tenfold.
Yeah, I think I made the best artwork I ever made in like these from September to like November.
Yeah, same. And I definitely learned a lot and how to apply it for other projects I want to work on, like personally, or like passion projects, things like that.
Yeah, and it isn't like, oh yeah, I'll just get in like a night. It's gonna take weeks, months, years.
Yeah,
it's a long-term thing, but it's gonna feel good in the end.
Patience is key.
Yeah. Number 7.
Oh yeah, that's me. Because we had the same one for that one. My fault. Number 7. Oh yeah, this one is kind of specific, but I have an explanation. Do not go to the same school as your high school relationship, as in the same college. The reason why I say that is similar to number 10, but the reason why this is higher up is because you are no longer in high school. I want to preface that. Most of the relationships in high school happen because you guys are kind of forced to hang around each other all day. In college, you're not forced to. So it's a completely different type of stress / motivation.
You have to make real effort to hang out with people in college.
Yeah. And if you already have that background, I've seen it too many times where people try to balance it and it fails, or they just completely give up. where it could have worked, or just different situations happen. And I just wouldn't suggest doing it, because if you go to different schools, then you both go through the struggle of like, oh, we're not seeing each other, which could make it stronger or it could highlight some issues within the already like relationship. But I just don't suggest trying to change what you want. Oh, another big thing is you would sacrifice what you want to do, or maybe what she or he or whatever would want to do, your significant other would want to do, just to go to the same college. That don't make sense. It's your future, your career. You gotta do what is best for you, not for like someone else, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's mine.
Yeah, I feel that.
No,
My number 7 is just for have fun. Just have fun. Like, enjoy yourself. You know, like responsibility. It's kind of like goes back to like number 10, but just have fun. Don't stress about if you're. I did too. Like, I stressed a lot about if I'm putting in the effort, and then like it's just too much sometimes. So just like enjoy yourself. One day, maybe just be like, hey, I'm gonna just like go into the city if your campus is by a city, and just kind of hang out with friends, by yourself, whatever you want. Just have fun.
Definitely. Social, like, the social aspect of college is very important. Don't stay in your dorm all day. Socialize.
Yeah. Even if you like talk to like hang out with like one person, if you meet like one new person, that's good.
It still works. And even if you can have fun by yourself, it's just, enjoy the experience, because college is definitely, depending on which one you go to, it's more than just like paying for school. Is it a business? Yes, but it definitely has its benefits in terms of like helping you prepare just being an adult.
Yeah, you can't really like go into college with the basic things that college provides, which is like education and then parties. You kind of have to find the other benefits within it, like meeting people, networking, taking advantage of like resources.
Yep, that's a big one.
Saving money. Kind of like a balance of just like working but enjoying yourself, so you can like make the best out of it, because you're paying thousands of dollars, and I don't know about you, but I really don't want to be in debt. So like I'm really trying not to be in debt right now, and I'm doing like my first year, I don't have to pay anything. So yeah, so just try your best, have fun.
Definitely, and look out for community service and scholarships, because you can also get those later. I know people think like, oh, scholarships only offered like during application. Nah, some are offered like all year round. So definitely look out for those too.
Internships.
Yeah. Jobs. Anyway. Just have fun. Like you said, have fun. Which one? Number 5?
I'm on.
No, 6.
Yeah, 6.
It's 6. Let's skip one. My number 6 is be careful who you hang around with and be patient. As in, you will notice a lot of people can click with their groups of people early. If that's not you, that is completely fine, because at the end of the day, only time will tell who your friends are going to be. Think about it in high school. If you're a senior now, think about when you were a freshman and how many people you knew or didn't know as a freshman, and then how many people you actually hung around with constantly as a senior. I'm talking about outside of school, during sports and all that. You sort of figure out who your people are over time. So even if you don't have a large group, or you do have a large group, don't automatically think of like, oh, this is my day one, because you don't know what's gonna happen. You could hang out for all 4 years and things be fine, or in a matter of months things aren't fine. Like, you don't know what may happen. So you just be patient. That's the main thing. Like, only time will tell like what happens with that. So be social, have fun, don't be scared, go out your comfort zone, meet new people, but just be careful, because you don't want to I don't know how to describe it, like overcomplicate or oversimplify something that might, not develop in the future. I don't know. Something like that.
Yeah, basically. My number 6 is don't be hard on yourself. Just like what you said, just be patient with yourself. Like, you're in like a whole new environment. You're on your own. You're trying to like deal with everything. You're trying to be social, manage school. If you have a job, do that too. You're trying to do like your own thing and like give yourself time to like be with yourself. that's like a lot of stuff to do at like such a young age. So just like take time with yourself, because I had the same problem, and I talked with one of for one of my classes. I had a like an older student who was like a mentor type figure, and I was talking with her, and she was just like, just take baby steps, even if you don't do everything. Just like if you do something, that's good enough. Like you're not trying to be perfect, which is what my problem was. I was trying to do like everything, but I realized you can't really do everything consistently if it's too much for you to handle at the time. You kind of have to just do what you can at the moment, and then once you kind of get that down, you can like add more stuff, and then you kind of expand your like management. So just like even if you don't really have that many friends, or you're not doing what you think you'll be doing, just like be easy on yourself. It's cool. It's fun.
Yeah, honestly,
yeah,
good. Number 5. For my number 5, I have take responsibility for your things. As in, you are now an adult. You're responsible for pretty much everything, kind of. Yeah. You're pretty much responsible, not for everything, but you're responsible for you, your money, your education, your connection with teachers, professors. You can't like there was a time where I was in a class and somebody, I don't know, was having a trouble with a professor, and they got their parent to talk to the professor. My guy, you are 18. You're an adult now. The professor don't gotta talk to your parents. If anything, he don't even gotta teach you for real, because you don't have to show up to class if you don't want to. Now, is that your grade at jeopardy? Yes, but at the same time, you take responsibility for that too. You don't have to show your parents your grades or anything like that either, because it's your thing.
You said, hold on, let me call my mom real quick.
Exactly. Like, yeah, nah, you take responsibility for yourself, and it's a good feeling. It's scary. It's definitely scary at first, because then you're there like, whoa, like this is all mine.
My first day at campus, I was like, damn, I'm kind of like
it's your drive to be like, let me go out and get food.
You have to do stuff. Like you have to like, the act of doing is kind of hard when you don't do a lot.
Especially since in high school you're used to sort of everyone being like, be here at this time, or do this, or don't worry, we'll help you with this. Whereas now it's sort of like you have to do that for yourself. You have to tell yourself, oh, I have to make time for this. I have to go and do this, right? And I'm not saying don't ask for help. Definitely ask for help, because you're gonna make mistakes. So don't be afraid of making mistakes and asking for help. That will definitely help, and go your resources. But at the same time, don't come up with excuses, because at the end of the day, it's your decision. So you gotta take responsibility for whatever choice, whatever action you did at the time, because you did it, and ain't nobody can cover you now, because you technically a grown adult. You cover yourself. So yeah, if you lose something, you lose it. If you have a problem with somebody, you deal with it and you advocate for yourself. Don't just like rely on somebody else, because even though it might be what you're used to, it's not healthy.
Yeah.
So yeah.
My number 5 kind of goes into that about responsibility. It's mainly about learning to managing and making money. Just like little stuff, like learning how to have like a budget, even though like technically you don't really have to. Well, like say like your parents are paying for like most things, but you have to like still pay for, I don't know, like food and like bare necessities you need, like water, stuff like that. And you have a job, learning how to like manage the money, like putting stuff in your savings, and having most of your stuff like for general spending time, like for fun stuff. Learning how to do that's really good. Maybe even like you learn how to do stocks. That's even better, because then, or like opening a credit card, things like that. I'm still learning how to do all that. But if you learn how to do that really quickly, then you kind of understand how like the system, that financial system at college works, and then you could like make it so that you're not really spending that much money, and you're making money too to like recover like the money you spent. That's like a good skill to have.
Yeah, and just to add on top of that, in terms of like making money, don't rush it, because I know a lot of people like, oh, why don't they teach that why don't they teach that in school? Because at the same time, that's not what you're gonna learn it anyway. Like, you realize how quickly it can, like, you can learn it. You can learn financials and financial literacy and saving and all that. Now, there are tricks to it, but that's if you want to learn the tricks, and you'd probably be a business major if you want to do that, or not, depending on.
But it's like one of those things you get to learn on your own. Well,
yeah.
Your parents, should help out with that too, but you should like have an interest in like, how do I become wealthy?
It sort of goes into mind. You gotta take responsibility for it, because either you're gonna take responsibility for it now and get used to it when you're allowed to make the mistakes, or later when those mistakes are much more costly.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Number 4, gonna try and speed through this. But this one I was saying all before: be outgoing and sort of step outside your comfort zone. I'm not saying try anything stupid now. If somebody's trying to convince you to do something you don't want to, then don't do it. Don't buy into peer pressure. But definitely, if you're like a shy person, try to be a little bit more outgoing, a little bit more, because it'll help.
You know what? I'm like that, and when I am a little outgoing, it's kind of cool. Like, cause there were moments where I've had like little conversation with like people I just never met, and we never talk afterwards. But I like when you meet someone and you could have like a little like genuine conversation, and you just kind of go your separate ways.
Yeah, it's cool, and especially like the first week of college, I made the mistake of sort of, I don't know why, I wasn't social. I was literally just vibing by myself, going throughout my university, just exploring by myself, until like the very end is where I started to be a bit more outgoing. And I would say that was a mistake, because that was when people had the most free time. So you sort of got to see them without the stress and get to know them before, they had to settle down and study or do the complete opposite and not settle down and party all the time. Like, you just get to see people at their sort of most happy, natural selves before other factors start coming into play. Because, when stress happens, people be stressed out. So, but yeah, that's definitely one. Just, be outgoing. Or a little bit more outgoing than you used to.
Probably got to like say the last 2 afterwards.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to say my second one and fourth one, because my second one is don't get caught up with the wrong people. We talked about that.
Yeah, we talked about that.
And try new things to socialize, talk about that too. So like my main like last 2, I'm just going to combine them. I think your number 3 is like the same thing. Managing your time and energy.
We're going to probably cut on this one and then come to the last one after the break.
But hopefully you kind of got as much as we could like talk about. There's like a lot more tips, like individual stuff, but
this at the same time, this is only our first semester.
Yeah, first semester.
So we probably would have like a longer podcast after the 4 years of everything.
Like, I'm not no expert, but I know some like tips and tricks.
It's definitely different than high school. But sorry, continue about
Oh, well, we're gonna talk about like afterwards.
Yeah. Oh, so we're talking about both of them afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, money.
Yeah, that's mine and that's yours, but we all have the same for like the second most important one.
Go to class, but care about your learning. I think you talked about that too.
Oh, no, we didn't, but I'm just mentioning it. So my second one is basically go to class and care about your learning, as in a lot of people for college, attendance is not necessary, especially if it's a lecture.
Yeah, that's
yeah, a lot of people don't go. I would not say neither not go or to go. I would say go if they grade your attendance, go. The only time you should not go is if you're sick. But definitely, because you only have so many classes within a term. So if they grade your attendance, you should definitely go. But what I mean by care about your learning, as in the difference in high school is that you can get by just caring about a test and your grades, because at the same time, everyone's learning the same thing. Right? You're learning how to take a test. So if you focus on your grades, you probably do well in the test anyway. Whereas in college, you are preparing for your own career, so you have to learn. You can't really, even if you do cheat, I don't recommend it because you're going to get kicked out. But you're going to only cheat
responsibly.
You're only going to cheat yourself at the end of the day, because you're not going to know how to do your job. So, unless, the class is hard or whatever. Anyway. What I'm getting at is care about your learning and actually learn, because it's going to help you. Like, talk about school not teaching what you need to know. College teaches you what you need to know, even though you're paying for it, sadly.
Yeah, but that's part 1. We'll see you part 2. Got some 2 more tips and yeah.
Woo! Holidays. Hello, we're back for part 2, finishing off our 10 advice.
All right, so my last one individually is consistency. Consistency is very, 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 very important. Very important. It's one of the main things I struggle with right now, and the importance of consistency is being able to not do a lot of things consistently. What's another word for consistent? All the time, or in a manageable way.
Repetitive.
Repeatedly.
Repeatedly.
Yeah, repeatedly. It's more about being able to do something that's healthy and beneficial for you, that's manageable for you to do too, basically.
Yeah.
So just try your best to pick and choose what things are really important for you to do all the time. For instance, say you're trying to get better at playing music, you might have to put aside maybe 30 minutes to an hour a day just practicing, because that's how you're gonna get better. Or maybe just self-care time, something like that.
And it sort of goes back to both of our points that we have here, is just time management.
Yeah.
The difference, and what I would say the biggest difference between high school and college is that college is all about time management. People want to think it's about,
nothing
fun
works,
or whatever. It's not. It's
nothing works together. Everything conflicts together. There's been so many moments where I'm oh yeah, I gotta study. Then someone hits me oh, you want to hang out, and I'm yo, give me 30 more minutes. And then this other person's oh yeah, you want to hang out?
Back to back. There's times where you could study, then you got to go to a meeting, then you can hang out, but then you can go out and come back and do homework,
and then you gotta eat.
You gotta remember to eat and then work out, and that's what consistency. If you really want to get better at music or get better at drawing, or if you want to work out, be a little bit more healthy, you have to make the time. Which is why, going back to all of our points before, relationships, you will have to make time if you want to be in a relationship. Or if you have a lot of friends, you have to make the time to support those connections. So really, this is one of the biggest things, time management. I can't emphasize that enough, because you have to balance and take responsibility for everything, but also make the time for it.
Yeah, it's really hard. It's really, really hard.
And you also realize how long 24 hours actually are, and how many things you can fit into it, but also how much time you can waste. And
I actually kind of felt the opposite. I thought time moved so fast in college. It felt like it was Monday then Tuesday. It felt like the
overall, yeah. But think about your day to day. You did so much. You know how you just said everything came flooding back, all the details, because you did so much every single day, because you were making the time to do these different things.
Yeah, I personally, this is a little tip for me. I personally don't like scheduling out my day, because so much random stuff happens spontaneously that I can't plan for it. So I don't see if it works for you, you can use it, but planning out specifically what you do every hour of the day does not work for me. I use to-do lists, because I could just put oh yeah, I need to do this, this, and this. I wouldn't put too much stuff. I usually limit myself to 4 things. But usually I like to do things in certain hours of the day. But again, college is kind of spontaneous and random.
Yeah.
So
definitely just have things that you want to do for the week or something, or just for the day, and try and do it. Because also, whenever you feel like doing something, do it. Don't think about
just do it.
Yeah, as soon as you get the urge to be oh, I want to work out, get up and work out.
Go work out.
Or be oh, I'm hungry, get up and go cook. Don't buy something, cook.
Yeah. And sometimes you might not feel like that. You might be hey, I don't want to work out, but maybe that day you have to. So
or maybe that day you realize you have the time. You should go and work out. Or maybe you realize you have the time to sleep. You should maybe sleep.
Take a nap.
Take some self.
I took so many naps.
I'm about to say, take some self-care. Listen to music.
Oh my God, those naps hit different.
Work on your mental. Just time management. And also another thing, you can fall asleep anywhere at college.
You can. You
can fall asleep anywhere.
I look-y fell asleep standing at one time.
Bro, tell me how I saw a dude fall asleep in the gym. Like, I went to the gym, man is on the bench. Like,
hey, if you're tired enough, you can make anything a bed. Hell, like, I slept on my desk multiple times. I just popped the pillow on there, took like a 15-minute nap, went right back to work.
Countless times if I fell asleep in the library, even in the study room hanging out with friends, I would fall asleep. Like,
I fell asleep my first time in class. I never do that. It was virtual class, but like but like overall, I'd say the biggest illusion of college is that while you have a lot of freedom and time, that time gets eaten up so much that it's virtually like non-existent, depending on how you think about it.
Yeah.
If you're responsible, you won't have like a lot of time, but you can manage it in a way so you do have enough time. But if you're not responsible, you'll have like
it's just a different of free time. Like you have time, but there's no free time because it takes up by the same thing with your responsibilities. You gotta
schedule free time.
Yeah, because you have class and you have homework, and then you also have to probably email a lot of different people, organize different things, and then like you said, random stuff just happens throughout the day. Like you could be doing nothing, all of a sudden somebody's like, "Yo, you're trying to do this," and you realize you're like, you know what?
Why not?
Yeah, like let's go. And then you're there like, wait, I have to write an essay. So then you come back at like 11, remembering the essay is due at 11:59. Time management. But yeah, that's definitely like one of the biggest things. Other than my last one, we could go and talk about one more thing other than this. But my last one, as my number one, is money, and learning how to cook. Learn how to cook. Whether it's like easy, quick and easy, like oatmeal or whatever. Learn how to cook because it's just unattractive if you can't. What you doing not being able to survive? It's not because this ain't even like a college thing. It's sort of like, okay, if the world were to end, can you survive? No, you can't cook. So what you doing not trying to survive?
I mean, if your situation, like if you live in a dorm where you can't use a kitchen, I mean, you have a microwave.
You have a microwave, bro. That's enough that you need. Listen.
Well, like overall, don't eat like this, like the fast food there. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
That's what I mean by cook. Don't just eat the fast food.
Because for us, we have like
get fruits, get vegetables.
We have this like food money currency called flex dollars, and mad people ran out so fast. Like there's some people who ran out flex dollars within like the first month, like the first half of October. Like just save that up. I mean, if you have like dining halls at your campus, go eat at that if that's good.
Most of the time it isn't.
Yeah, but you kind of have to try your best.
Yeah.
I have to buy groceries. I know a lot of people who don't even have
have
meal plans. They just buy groceries.
And groceries do include, sanitary products, cleaning. We do live in a panoramic, so you're gonna need like cleaning things.
Oh my god, bro!
That's a different
Wash
topic.
yourself.
Yeah, okay, we're gonna get to dorm living later. But basically, learn how to support yourself, as in learn how to cook, and that's where it gets to the money part. College drains your money.
Yes.
I don't care how much money you have, how much money your parents have.
Don't be that broke college student. Don't do it to yourself.
Get a job, work,
or some way to make money. If you're selling stuff.
No.
What?
Sell legal stuff.
I didn't mean like that. No, I did not mean like no. Time out. Don't sell drugs.
I mean, listen, I'm not saying not to. Don't tell me if you are, because I can't keep a secret. But if you somehow get a lot of money really quickly, don't explain to people how. Just know you got it.
I'd strongly suggest not to sell drugs, but it's really up to you.
Make money. All I'm saying is, if you ever don't, you always want to make sure you are putting back what you're taking out, whether that's savings or not. As in, if you're taking money out your checking or just like spend, you want to make sure you're putting it back in somehow, whether that's working, trading, doing favors for people so they can give you money, whatever.
Selling legal stuff.
Selling legal things, stuff. Whatever. You just want to make sure you manage that. And I'm not saying don't spend your money, because you want to have experiences, you want to have fun. Don't be afraid to be like, you know what? I have no other responsibilities that are not my own. As in, you don't have to take care of like
5 siblings, your whole family.
I'm about to say, because you now are an adult. Now, if you are in that situation where you have to take care of your siblings, that's kind of unfortunate. But you don't have any children. You don't have any elderly parents that need to be taken care of in their retirement yet. But you got to prepare for that. So you don't want to be broke and not be able to have those experiences or have food. Because there have been times where I want to eat, and then I look at my bank account, and no, sir, can I not eat? So, make money. That's the main thing.
Yeah. Legally make money. Wink, wink.
Make money. Just make money.
We gotta go to dorm living because.
Nah. One more. Mental.
One more? Oh,
mental health.
Yeah.
I
say for sure. I've heard. So I know friends who have like been through it. I've been through it. I've been through like.
You.
I could definitely say that
your
like
parents.
College is definitely not for everyone.
Oh yeah, that's what I want. Thank you for reminding me. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
We're talking all about this in college. If you go to college and realize it's not for you, leave.
Yeah.
Like seriously, you don't gotta do it right now.
Even I think about sometimes like, do I actually want to like do this? I still think about it.
Yeah.
It takes a physical and mental toll on you that I don't think like 100% is natural and should be done to people at such a young age. Like I don't think like we should be dealing with thousands of dollars at like 18 years old.
That I agree.
I don't think that's a good thing. I also don't think that like you should be putting people in this situation that's also affecting their mental health like so drastically.
And that's one thing I also want to talk about too. So sort of like with college, you also got the financial and educational. Because I remember back in high school, I did not like the school I went to because I just didn't. It wasn't my vibe. But I'm not going to lie. When I say they prepared me for college, they prepared me for the workload of college because it's very self-driven. As in, you have to be responsible and manage your work. You got to manage your stuff. You got to do it because if you don't, you can easily, with how fast things move, fall off the wagon, and it's hard to catch up. It's real hard to catch up. So then that can also take a toll on your mental. And then when you think about when your e-bill or your tax information comes in, you look at how much money you are owing or paying or not owing or not paying, whatever, it can definitely take a toll. And that's just, if it's not for you, then definitely take the time to like, or to move to a better situation, or because you always got to do what's best for yourself to make sure your base is good first.
Some people are in situations where they're kind of well, I think society, like, it's kind of like after high school, where you going to college at? Your family will be like, oh yeah, where you going to college? And you might just be like, I don't know if I want to do that.
Yeah.
Like I still think about like if I just took a year off, like it's still in the back of my mind right now. I say like I think the best course of action is to like take a year off. If you're really not sure, you should take a year off. And if you don't want to like do college, then just take like, I don't know, take your time. Because you're only like 18, 19.
Yeah.
And I don't think no one has life figured out. And you're definitely not going to have life figured out at 19.
Or you're probably not going to have life figured out ever. But you just want to make sure your base is set.
Yeah. If you're not sure, then I wouldn't say you should make decisions that will be made if you were sure, because you don't even know if you want to do this. And you're investing time and a lot of money into this.
Like a lot.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that I also want to preface is like, if parents or anyone like that did go to college when they were younger is listening to this, you also want to understand where your kids are coming from, because there's a pressure from parents to have their children go to college. We also have to realize the money and the environment of college now is very different. Now what they teach might be the same depending on what they're taking, but at the same time, the environment, things are constantly changing, especially the economy. You did not have, like, was it expensive when you went? Yes. Not the same anymore, because now, due to inflation, you got the price of college is crazy high, but then the cost of or what you're getting paid as in your job is still the same.
Yeah. it's really one of those things where you have to make the most out of like what it gives you.
Yeah.
You can't just you can't casually go to college.
Yeah.
You can't.
You can't be like, oh, I'm gonna just go to college and
yeah,
nah.
You might be spending like,
even if you're on a scholarship, you can't, because then you can lose that scholarship.
Yeah, find scholarships, because you can come out of college debt free, but it's gonna take like a lot of time and work. But not everyone's gonna do that, which kind of gives you an advantage because not everyone's gonna be pursuing that goal that you really want to pursue. That's what I'm trying to do. Sometimes I slip off. Like I probably missed a couple scholarships I could have got, but
I mean, it's never too late, and it's just the thing of like getting your ducks in a row. I don't know where I heard that from, but I heard it somewhere. Getting your things in order so that you're just ready, because it's fine to make mistakes, but you want to be able to, bounce back. You don't want to ever make mistakes and just keep falling.
Back to mental health. Don't look to alcohol or like drugs for your
and
outlets.
Sex.
Yeah.
Don't look for any of that.
Because all that is readily available for you. It's all there.
Yeah.
But don't do it.
It's a real issue. Because people that go out constantly to just numb whatever going on in their lives, that's not healthy.
It might make it 10 times worse.
Yeah, it would be, honestly, it'd probably be healthier to spend the money on a therapist, a good one, that actually cares about you, because there are some bad therapists.
It's understandable why, because those things will like give you instant like good feeling and dopamine and all that, but afterwards you're gonna feel like shit. So I wouldn't say you should do that. And the things that are actually healthy might be kind of hard to do at first because you're dealing with actual issues you have. It's gonna be very painful. It's gonna feel like crap, but in the long run you're gonna understand yourself more and learn how to cope with these feelings afterwards.
Definitely. And I would also say, like, just be aware of addiction in general, because it can anything in college could easily become addicting. So yeah. Anyway, thank you for that serious conversation, because kind of needed it. Moving on to dorm living.
Bro, just wash yourself. I don't just clean.
We have a lot of rants.
Oh my god, it's so bad. Okay.
Wait. One more thing. Flush the toilet, bro.
Oh my god.
How do you use the bathroom and not flush the toilet, bro?
It's a button. It's a lever.
You dirty.
0.5 seconds
dirty.
to push it down.
Even if you don't want to use your hand, you got a foot.
I don't understand.
You got an elbow. You got a stick. Something.
Bro,
flush
you know what the worst thing is? When they were at home, they didn't flush the toilet. They just left that.
That's dirty. And the fact that your family ain't fixed that for you, I'm sorry. This is gross. Disgusting.
Just wash yourself, iron your clothes,
wash your clothes.
Good.
Also, don't steal other people's laundry. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Like, if it's in there and they haven't come back together, is it annoying? Yes. Do you want to wash your clothes? Yes. But at the end of the day, you living with other people. You're going to have to make a sacrifice. And
we have a rule. It's like, if it's in there for like a long time, you can take it out. Even then, I'm not touching it.
Exactly. I'm not touching it because I don't know what you got, and I frankly don't want to touch it. But if you are that dickhead that leaving your clothes in there for a long time, respectfully, jump off a building, because that's rude.
And at least for us, we have to leave the washers open after you use it so mold doesn't get in there.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, do that and make sure you know how to use a washer properly. Even if you have to ask someone to like help you out, just do that, because you don't want to be that person that breaks the washer like someone did at my dorm. In fact, they broke both the washers.
Legit, half the washers in my dorm are broken.
Yeah. Also,
be mindful of your roommate. This isn't my room. My roommate cool, but definitely, like, keep in mind you are living with someone else. If you're not, then you're not. But if you are living with someone else, keep in mind that they have their own things and you have your own things. And you want to just make sure your side is clean so that bugs and smells aren't trapped in their things as well. Yeah. Because that's really disrespectful and you wouldn't want that.
I would say try to find a roommate you already know. I got a random person, but me and him vibe, so like we vibe pretty well. Like we share like the microwave and the fridge and food. Yeah. I could go over to his side and just take some food. Yeah. And it's pretty cool. And we like keep the room clean. He comes does his thing, I do my thing. We talk sometimes, we don't talk sometimes. It's fine.
Same thing with me, but we both just kind of got lucky because I know some people that aren't that lucky. So also, if you do have an issue with your roommate, just talk to them.
Be mindful of other people's things. Just because you did something at your house that was okay does not mean what you're doing now is okay.
Yes.
Everyone has boundaries, and it's very, very important to set those boundaries. Do not let that slide.
Also,
it's going to be a problem in the future.
Also,
it will.
Two things. When you wash your dishes, if you do decide to cook or use whatever, and you wash your dishes, one, please wash them. Because I know some people that don't. That's disgusting. You don't have maids. Wash your dishes. Two, bring your dishes back to your room. Because people have to put their dishes somewhere else. And if you hogging up the whole drying rack, where are they finna put their dishes? That's rude. Take it back to your dorm. Be nice to the custodians that do clean the hallways and everything like that.
Yeah, actually, like, talk to one.
Yeah, they're very nice people.
They're pretty cool.
They're very nice people. And at the same time, they clean.
Oh my God. What
your
they deal
area.
with, I'm so sorry.
Exactly. Honestly, just be kind to them. Because they're lovely people.
For my bathroom, some people just don't put food in the sink. Like, don't. So basically for us, our kitchen is not the best. I'm pretty sure they didn't even talk about the kitchen. Like, I didn't even know it was there until I looked at myself. So people will like wash their dishes in the sink in the bathroom, but some people don't clean out the drain so the food is still there. There's a whole paper towel rack right there. You just put it there. Take the food out. Put it in the trash. Put some water on it. Get rid of like the little crumbs and stuff like that. Just clean. It takes time. It doesn't take that much time actually.
Just clean. Honestly, just clean. It's not that. Yeah. Another thing.
I'm so tired of dry toothpaste.
This might be a little bit, TMI. If you are doing any business in areas where you should not be doing it, make sure there's no evidence after the fact. Like the shower. Okay? Thank you. Also wear shower shoes because of them. Because of them inconsiderate people.
Don't walk in the shower with bare feet.
Yeah, that's gross.
I saw someone do that. So
oh my! You're gonna get hat face. What?
Yeah, don't do that.
Ew. Okay. Also, don't wet up the whole shower.
Yeah.
Dry yourself when you're still standing in the little cubicle or whatever. Dry yourself there, right? And then maybe put on underwear and some socks, and then step onto the ground. Don't just walk out all drenched and soak the whole floor in water. Because then somebody got to come in after you.
Yeah.
This is gross.
Going back to what you said about doing certain business in the shower. Do not do your certain businesses on the laundry machines. They're the giant. Don't do that. Don't do that.
School wallet.
Don't do that.
Oh my goodness.
Don't do that. Please don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
What's another thing? Oh, if you're gonna do any illegal activities, don't get your whole floor in trouble. This ain't happening to me. This is a story from a friend, and she told me the story, and I just couldn't believe it.
Happened to my floor too.
Yeah, that's sad. Yeah, just be considerate, as in don't have it out in the open.
Be smart.
If it smells, right, go outside.
Yeah.
Or don't do it. That simple. Is that everything?
No, it's not. There's so much more.
Oh.
All right, to the guys out there, be careful. Be careful. Be careful. There's some demons out there. They're out there.
Oh, facts.
Be careful.
Yeah, I don't know why some guys are trolls and like to pull pranks. That's not cool. You're a grown adult. What you pull the pranks for? This ain't day camp.
Be respectful.
This ain't a camp, right? We at college. You don't pull pranks. That's weird. Don't be weird.
Don't follow girls back to their dorms. Don't do that.
Don't be weird. Don't be weird.
Just be respectful, and like she's not like vibing with you, just let it go.
And then leave.
Just let it go.
Let it go. Also, don't constantly ask to be in someone's room. Like, if they tell you, oh yeah, you can come in, that's cool. If you knock and they're like, oh, I'm doing something, that's cool. But don't be like,
that's their space.
Don't text them and be like, yo, can I come to you? Like, constant. I'm talking about every day. Especially if you're a guy trying to talk to a girl or vice versa or whatever. Yeah, that's weird. Don't be weird.
Yeah, just be respectful.
Yeah.
It's not that hard.
It's not that hard. Also, stock your fridge so that when your friends come to
Yeah.
your room, you have snacks. That's personally for me though, because I'd
Be
be
smart with
stealing.
your snacks.
I'd be stealing my
smart with
friends'
your
food.
snacks.
So
Don't just get like straight junk food. You want to have like the actual like I don't know, some like vanilla wafers, like animal crackers,
Yeah.
cookies or something like that. Then you want like some
Pop-Tarts.
somewhat healthy stuff like granola bars,
Some Pop-Tarts.
Pop-Tarts, yeah. Maybe some waffles.
Water.
Water, yeah.
Either buy a Brita,
Get a water container.
a water container, or just bring a lot of water bottles because a lot of people love water. It's good for you. So when you do have guests, just make sure you can give them a water bottle.
Stay organized, because I know for me, I have a lot of stuff in my room, so learn have a system. Put certain things in certain places. It makes everything easier.
Also, organize with your roommate how the cleaning gonna work, because even though you are in a dorm, you're only gonna be there for a year. You should still clean that dorm, because if you don't, that's kind of gross. So
yeah, at least, I know how to clean my dorm, but I would say maybe do clean it in the beginning when you first get there. Definitely clean it in the beginning when you first get there. Clean it in the middle, some middle months. And then clean it at the end when you're about to leave. So.
A big one. When you're about to leave for a break, any type of break, empty your fridge.
Yeah, empty your fridge.
Empty your fridge of all things that can expire.
Yeah, milk, throw it out.
Even if it says it's good until January 2033, I don't care.
Throw it out.
Throw it out. Or finish it.
Unplug everything. I would say unplug everything.
Unplug everything.
Microwave, fridge,
lights,
everything.
Yeah, unplug everything.
Your door. Lock your door.
Unless your door automatically locks it, don't worry about it.
Yeah, but lock your door.
Don't keep anything too valuable. You can bring your fly things, but like I said, you gotta be careful with who you're around, and depending on your environment or people's backgrounds, can't trust everybody. Be careful about what you bring.
Yeah.
And what you allow people to use.
I know for me, find good spaces that are for specific things. So find a place where you could chill, find a place where you can study, find your spots.
Yeah, don't do it all in your room. I know COVID sort of got people into the habit of
don't do it all in your room. Go to the library.
Everything. Yeah, go to the library, or
switch it up too.
They have student centers.
Yeah, one week go to your library, another week go to this other hall. Maybe 1 week you go over here. Find where you like working. Maybe even outside when it's nice.
It's getting cold now, so
yeah. Maybe in the spring.
That's another big one. Get some sunlight.
Yeah, go outside.
If you're in the Northeast, because that's where we live, it gets dark at around 3:30 now.
And it gets cold and windy.
Yeah,
cold and windy.
Oh,
get a coat. Get a coat, gloves,
not even
scarf.
Yes.
Layer up.
When you're sick,
stay inside.
Don't go outside, please. Like we said, we're living in a panoramic. So as soon as you get sick, get tested, please. I'm not gonna want to get into the politics of vaccine and boosters and everything. If your school requires it, then get it.
Just be safe.
Be safe. Yeah. Consider other people's families. If you can't consider them, at least consider their families. But definitely when you're sick, that it hurts. Sickness in college is definitely different than sickness at home. Because you gotta.
One sick day could set you back for multiple days.
Yeah.
But it's worth it. You gotta get rest.
Yeah. But you also have to, know how to make yourself feel better. What soup you like.
Bring some
medication
bring
works
some medicine.
Yeah. Bring some Pepto-Bismol. Definitely bring some Pepto-Bismol. Or whatever fixes your stomach, because you will have stomach issues. I don't know why, but a lot of people do.
Find some close friends. They come in clutch.
Well, yeah.
It doesn't have to be multiple, just at least one.
At least one.
Find that one pretty close friend.
Your one ride or die.
Yeah, and you might not found that yet, and that's fine.
That's fine.
They're out there. They're waiting for you.
But yeah, that's dorm living, because y'all are gross, and I want to emphasize this if I have not emphasized it enough. Flush the toilet.
Yeah, flush the toilet. Are we doing a part 3 ending here?
Nah, I'm pretty sure I gotta end here. Remember, I got.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so that was the episode. We gotta end it pretty fast, but hopefully you enjoyed.
Yep. Happy holidays, happy Kwanzaa, Christmas, New Year's,
Hanukkah.
Hanukkah.
I think that ended already.
Yeah. Find someone to kiss on New Year's, especially yourself. Make sure you kiss yourself.
Yeah. We'll be back one day, maybe with another podcast. Don't know yet.
We're trying to be back for season 2. It might be Discord, it might not, and we don't know.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. You know.
Enjoy yourself.
We'll see you sometime. Hopefully, this was a helpful podcast and a fun one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flush.
The toilet. God.
Peace.